Greetings, aspirants. Welcome to Civic Center IAS. Today, we are going to talk about something that goes far beyond science and technology, something that's about global unity, diplomacy, and our shared future in space. July 20 is celebrated as International Moon Day, and while many of us know that this marks the first moon landing, there's a lot more to this day than just history. It's a symbol of how space can unite countries rather than divide them. In this video, we'll explore why International Moon Day is significant, how United Nations is using it to push for peaceful space diplomacy, and how countries like India are playing a vital role. So let's begin. Firstly, let's understand why July 20th. On July 20, 1969, humanity made history. Apollo 11 landed on the moon, and Neil Armstrong became the first human to step on another celestial body, that is, the moon. That moment was not just an American achievement, it was human achievement. To mark this milestone, the United Nations declared July 20 as International Moon Day with three key goals. One is to celebrate peaceful space exploration. Two, to promote international cooperation in space. And three, to encourage global participation in space science. It's a day that reminds us space belongs to all of us, not just one nation or a company. Now, let's talk about what the United Nations is doing in space. The key body here is UNUSA, that is the United Nations Office for Outer Space Affairs. This office helps countries develop space programs in line with international treaties and ensures that space remains a peaceful, cooperative domain. UNUSA also oversees the implementation of 5 UN space treaties, including the Outer Space Treaty of 1967. This treaty says that no country can claim sovereignty over the moon or any other celestial body. It also bans the placement of nuclear weapons in space. By celebrating Moon Day, the UN is reinforcing the idea that space must be used for peaceful purposes only. You might ask, why does space need diplomacy? Isn't it all about rockets and satellites? Actually, no. As more countries launch satellites and private companies enter space, the risk of conflict and space debris is rising. That's where space diplomacy comes in. It's about setting international rules, avoiding militarization, sharing technology, and preventing the weaponization of space. For example, should a country be allowed to shoot down another nation's satellite? Who is responsible if a satellite crashes into another in orbit? These are serious questions that requires a global dialogue and mutual agreements. And India has always supported the peaceful use of outer space. If we look at the ISRO's missions from Chandrayaan to Gaganyaan, they are all science driven, not military. India has also signed key agreements like the Artemis Accords and cooperates with international agencies on satellite data sharing, disaster monitoring, and capacity building. Moreover, India is helping developing countries build their own space capabilities through initiatives like the South Asia Satellite. This is a brilliant example of space as a soft power. But despite the efforts of the UN and countries like India, there are challenges. Some nations are developing anti satellite weapons. Others are sending mega constellation of satellites that clutter the low Earth orbits. We also have issues like lack of universal space traffic control system, unclear rules about mining on the moon or asteroids, and increasing commercialization of space. In this context, International Moon Day acts as a call to action for governments, scientists, private companies, and even educators to come together and shape a peaceful and sustainable future in space. Finally, let's talk about you, the young minds watching this. International Moon Day is not just about the past, it's about inspiring the future. Students, educators, and citizens around the world are encouraged to take part in Moon Day activities, from telescope viewings to online lectures, school projects, and even global hackathons. If space is the final frontier, then it's today's students who will lead us there. The future of space exploration is inclusive, science driven, and filled with opportunities. So, on this International Moon Day, let's remember that space is not a battleground. It's a shared domain of hope, knowledge, and peace. With initiatives like UN space diplomacy and India's leadership in peaceful space exploration, we are on the right path. Thank you for watching. If you found this video meaningful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And tell me in the comments which space mission do you want us to cover next. Thank you.